So there are various ways or methods in which we can present information in economics. There are mainly three ways which are most widely used for presenting data in economics. First is the descriptive manner. First is the descriptive manner in which જેમ તમે પેરેગ્રાફ ફોર્મમાં કોઈ પર્ટિક્યુલર કન્સેપ્ટ અથવા પ્રિન્સિપલ રીડ કરો છો એવી રીતે ડિસ્ક્રિપ્શન આપેલું હશે ઇન અ થિયોરિટિકલ મેનર. સેકન્ડ ઇઝ બાય ધ વે ઓફ ડેટા ટેબલ્સ એન્ડ થર્ડ ઇઝ by the way of diagrams or graphs. We are going to see all of them one by one. Now, how can we present information in economics in a descriptive manner? Now, for presenting data through such means, the information or the sentences that you have selected must be very clear. अगर તમારે theoretically કોઈ concept કોઈને explain કરવાનો છે તો the words you select must be very clear કે જેનાથી સામેવાળાને એ concept read કરીને both of you remove your masks. અને જેનો હવે વારો આવશે ને એને 4 લેક્ચર સુધી બહાર જ રાખશું આપણે. remove your mask. Okay? Now, if you want to present data in a descriptive manner, so the words or the sentences that you have selected must be so clear and the topic should be self-explanatory. જેમ કે કોઈ diagram, અગર તમને if I show you a diagram with the heights, the average heights of students of standard 10, 11th and 12, તો જે bars છે diagramના, એ diagramના bars જોઈને you will be able to figure out that which standard students have the highest average height or the lowest average height. So this becomes self-explanatory. In similar manner, if you want to represent some data in a descriptive manner, તો જે પણ તમે language select કરો છો, જે પણ તમે word select કરો છો, they should become self-explanatory for making the concept understandable. Right? તો descriptive manner થી બહુ જ ઓછું કન્ટેન્ટ તમને એક્સપ્લેન કરવાનું હોય છે. જનરલી જે મેઇન લોઝ ઓર પ્રિન્સિપલ્સ છે એ એક્સપ્લેન કરવા માટે તમારે ડાયાગ્રામ્સ અને ગ્રાફ્સની રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ થાય છે. બટ સમ થિંગ્સ કેન બી એક્સપ્લેન્ડ ઇન અ ડિસ્ક્રિપ્ટિવ મેનર. જેમ કે તમારો માઇક્રો ઇકોનોમિક્સ અને મેક્રો ઇકોનોમિક્સમાં જે કન્સેપ્ટ આપેલો છે તમને એક્ઝેક્ટલી ઓન પેજ નંબર 4 અબાઉટ વોટ ટોપિક વી આર સ્ટડીંગ ટુડે. તો માઇક્રો ઇકોનોમિક્સ અને મેક્રો ઇકોનોમિક્સ સમજવા માટે આપણે કોઈ જ ડાયાગ્રામ અથવા ટેબલની રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ હતી નહીં. વી અન્ડરસ્ટુડ ઇટ સો વેલ ઇન અ થિયોરિટિકલ મેનર. રાઈટ? તો સેમ અમુક કન્સેપ્ટ જે છે યુ કેન અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ ધેમ ઇન અ ડિસ્ક્રિપ્ટિવ મેનર. સમ કન્સેપ્ટ્સ યુ કેન અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ ઇન અ graphical manner. So the second method or the second manner is making use of data tables. Making use of data tables to show or display the information which can be understood so well. Here there is a example that is given in your book which shows that as the price increases, the demand reduces, or whenever the price reduces, the demand is going to increase. So, price and demand share an inverse relationship. Price and demand share an inverse relationship. Price and demand share an inverse relationship is what they are saying here. And if this is the sentence they want to inform us or explain us through means of a data table, then we can create a hypothetical table or imaginary table which they have already prepared there. I am going to take different numbers from that. Supposingly, say that in one column you have the price of a particular product, and in the next column you have demand of a particular product. Demand in units and price is in rupees. Let us assume that these are the prices. These are the prices of milk pouches and the demand of milk pouches in unit. Everyone knows what a milk pouch is. જે પણ તમે અમૂલ નું milk consume કરો છો, those are pouches, right? So supposedly say that the initial price of milk pouch was 50 rupees per pouch. Price is too high, so the demand was comparatively less. Not everyone could afford this, right? Even middle class લોકો હોય તો એ લોકો એવું વિચાર કરે કે ભાઈ અગર the prices of milk are too high તો મહેમાન આવે તો ભાઈ પાણીનું શરબત બનાવવાનું, right? At times it happens, right? So actually it is a scenario with each and every household. They are going to calculate no matter whatever you are serving to your guests, but they are going to have a thought once when the prices are going too high. If the price reduces, the demand increases. So, supposingly all the other factors are constant, the taste remains constant and all other factors remains constant, the price of competitor's product also remains constant. After assuming that, we can say that price and demand share an inverse relationship. As the price goes down, the demand goes up, right? अगर आ information theoretically नहीं, data table through मारे हमने समझाया हुआ है, तो I can make such a table and explain you the concept I am willing to explain, right? Now, દરેકે દરેક ટેબલની નીચે source mention કરવો બહુ જરૂરી છે, because whenever you mention the source, the data becomes trustworthy, right? अगर suddenly તમારો friend તમને ફોન કરે છે કે ભાઈ સ્કૂલમાં 2 days holiday છે, બરાબર છે, તો but obviously you will be a little excited, but first you will confirm કે ભાઈ તને ક્યાંથી આ ન્યૂઝ મળ્યા, from where did you get this news, was there a message from the school or you yourself have decided that you are not going to come to school for the next day. So being your best friend, I am also not going to go to school for the next 2 days. બરાબર છે, તો તમારે પહેલા કન્ફર્મ કરવું પડે છે સોર્સ શું છે, સાચું છે કે ખોટું છે, બરાબર છે. તો every time you are reading some kind of news, there are a lot of fake news in the market. ઘણી વખત એવું થયું છે કે અમિતાભ બચ્ચન has passed away અને કોઈ પણ જે સેલિબ્રિટી હોય એના ફેક ન્યૂઝ બનાવી નાખે અને they start spreading it, અને પછી એ સેલિબ્રિટી પોતે જ આ ટ્વીટ કરે કે ભાઈ I am alive and I am myself tweeting this particular topic, please stop spreading fake news, right? તો આવું બની શકે છે. એટલે સોર્સ ઇઝ વેરી વેરી ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ. અગર તમે કોઈ નેશનલ અથવા ઇન્ટરનેશનલ લેવલની વેબસાઇટ પરથી તમે આ ડેટા નથી લીધેલો, અગર તમે જાતે પણ બનાવેલો છે, તો તમારે અહીંયા મેન્શન કરવું પડે that it is a hypothetical example. Because what happens is જેટલા પણ એનાલિસ્ટ છે, જેટલા પણ રિસર્ચર્સ અને એનાલિસ્ટ છે, they are going to do some research on the data that you have collected, અને પછી એના ઉપરથી બિઝનેસ ડિસિઝન્સ એ લોકો લેશે અમુક ચાર. તો if the data is not accurate, તો જેટલા પણ ડિસિઝન્સ તમે આ ડેટાના બેસિસ ઉપરથી લેશો, they are going to be wrong, they are not going to be accurate. એના માટે તમારે આ ડેટાનો સોર્સ લખવો ખૂબ જ જરૂરી છે. It is very important. Now, this was the second manner in which you can represent data in economics. The third one is by the way of a diagram or a graph. So I am going to draw a diagram here using this particular data. શું બાકી રહી ગયું હતું વાત કરવાનું? Pay attention here now. We are going to plot these numbers on a diagram, right? Now, what we are going to do is, when the price was 50 rupees, at that time the demanding unit was 10 rupees. So there is an intersection point over here. After that, when the price reduced to 40, the demand got increased to 20. So there will be an intersection point over here. Then similarly, you are going to plot the next intersection points. Now what you have to do is, જે આ dots તમે plot કરેલા છે, you have to join these dots using a straight line. assume that this is a straight line. Okay. Now what you have to do is, using this type of a diagram or a graph, you are easily able to say that price and demand share an inverse relationship, because as the price is reducing, the demand is increasing, right? So if you want to draw a diagram, first you will need to make a table. Without making a proper table of the data that you want to represent, you cannot draw a diagram. So whenever you want to make a diagram or a graph, you first need to prepare such a table, and after that you are going to plot the things of the table here and make a curve or a straight line, right? Now, this curve, what all things can you learn from a diagram? ટેબલથી તો તમને ખબર પડી ગઈ હતી કે ભાઈ પ્રાઇસ જેમ ડિક્રીઝ થાય છે એમ ડિમાન્ડ ઇન્ક્રીઝ થાય છે, બટ apart from that, what you are going to learn is, this is a downward sloping curve or a upward sloping curve. Downward sloping. Why? Because always you have to see from left to right. So if you start from the left and you go towards the right, it is downward sloping curve. So the slope of this curve can be known with the help of a diagram. જે તમને theoretically ખ્યાલ નહીં આવે until and unless you draw a diagram, right? So this is an important point or a fact that you will come to know once you draw the diagram. એના પહેલા તમને આઈડિયા નહીં આવે. Now come to page number 5, 1.8. First come to the topic that is given down, 1.8. Some requisite aspects in collecting statistical information and presenting it in a diagram or a graph or a chart. Now, what are the different aspects that you need to know while presenting data through a diagram or a graph is what they want to explain here. We are going to see the points one by one. Come to page number 6. The first point says sources of information. Source of the information. Whenever you are preparing a chart, diagram or a graph, this data will be used further by different people to take different business decisions. બરાબર છે? તો અગર તમારા business decisions are dependent on this type of a graph or a chart, so you must be sure that the data you have collected is accurate. અને એ ડેટા accurate છે કે નહીં એના ઉપર ટ્રસ્ટ કેવી રીતે આવશે કોઈ બીજા વ્યક્તિને? Whenever you mention the source of the data, અગર ગવર્મેન્ટની કોઈ ઓફિશિયલ વેબસાઇટ છે, સેન્સસ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયાની or Central Statistical Organization, એ જે વેબસાઇટ છે એના ઉપરથી તમે કન્ટ્રીનો કોઈ પણ ડેમોગ્રાફિક ડેટા કલેક્ટ કરેલો છે, and then you have made a chart showing the patterns of buying some products or the declining trend in unemployment or the rise in inflation. આવો કોઈ પણ ડેટા તમે પ્લોટ કરો છો ડાયાગ્રામ અથવા ગ્રાફ ઉપર, so you need to mention the source, because based on this diagram or graph I am going to make some business decisions. બરાબર છે? કોઈ પર્ટિક્યુલર પ્રોડક્ટનું સેલ કન્ટિન્યુઅસલી લો જઈ રહ્યું છે, so me as a businessman will think that I need to innovate a new product because the sales of my product are constantly going down or the demand is constantly going down due to new innovative products. So I need to make sure that the source of this information is genuine, is authentic, right? So if you have prepared a table yourself, then you must write that the source is hypothetical example, because this data is made by you yourself. It is not taken up from some authentic or government websites. એટલે સોર્સ આપવો જરૂરી છે, તો સામેવાળો વ્યક્તિ તમારા ઉપર ટ્રસ્ટ કરશે, right? Second is clarity regarding dependent and independent variable. Now there is a cause and effect relationship between price and demand. There is a cause and effect relationship where price is the cause and demand is the effect. अगर price में कोई changes आवे छे, then demand also changes. Supposedly the initial price was 30 and the demand was also 30. If the price goes up, demand is going down. If the price goes down, then only the demand is going up. So whenever the price changes, the demand changes. There is a cause and effect relationship. So whenever there is a cause and effect relationship, the cause variable is called the independent variable. It is called the independent variable. Right? Now, generally what happens is you plot the independent variable on x-axis. But to explain the law of demand or law of supply, this is actually the law of demand that you are going to study in the third chapter. Is what I have explained here. If you want to study law of demand and law of supply, at that time you are plotting the independent variable on y-axis. But generally, કેવું હોય છે કે independent variable છે એ generally x axis ઉપર જ મૂકવામાં પ્લોટ કરવામાં આવે છે. સપોઝ તમારે અલગ-અલગ વર્ષનું એમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટ લેવલ્સ કમ્પેર કરવું છે, તો you are making a bar diagram showing the employment levels or unemployment levels of different years. So years તમે generally ક્યાં પ્લોટ કરશો? x axis ઉપર. Years is the independent variable that is not dependent on anything, but the unemployment level is dependent on various factors. So this is why independent variable is always plotted on the x-axis and dependent variable is plotted on y-axis. But this is an exception. So we have plotted the independent variable on y-axis currently. બરાબર છે? એક્ઝામમાં આપણે શું યાદ રાખવાનું છે? Independent variable is generally plotted on x-axis and the dependent variable, demand is dependent on price, the dependent variable is generally plotted on y-axis. Okay, law of demand is an exception. This is law of demand actually. We are going to study it in detail in the third chapter, right? So now this was the second point that they wanted us to say. Cause variable is the independent variable generally plotted on the x-axis. Effect variable is the dependent variable generally plotted on the y-axis. આટલા words તમારે યાદ રાખવાના છે and you will be able to write the answer yourself. Now, third one is selecting appropriate scales. Now, after I stop explaining, you all have to write these things in your fair book. But જ્યારે તમે તમારી fair book માં લખશો, are you going to take 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit? Actually, if you take 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit, then how are you going to plot 50 centimeters in your book? Right? So what you are going to do is, you have to take a scale saying 1 centimeter is equal to 10 rupees on the y-axis and on the x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units. If you take such proper scales, તો smaller area માં તમારો data represent થઈ જશે, ઘણો બધો data, બરાબર છે? Otherwise the graph will be too long and too extended અને એના ઉપરથી કંઈક meaning find out કરો difficult બની જશે. So what you have to do is, you have to take 1 centimeter is equal to 10 rupees on the y-axis and on the x-axis you have to take 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units. Right? Then you will be able to represent the data properly in your notebook. Right? So every time there is such type of a data, you need to take proper scales and measurements. Right? અગર હું તમને મંથલી ઇન્કમનું એક્ઝામ્પલ આપું છું કે ભાઈ સુરેન્દ્રનગરમાં રહેલા અલગ અલગ જે ગ્રુપ ઓફ પીપલ છે એમની મંથલી ઇન્કમ વાઇઝ અગર આપણે ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુટ કરી દઈએ, બરાબર છે? અહીંયા હું સોસાયટીઝના નામ લખું અને અહીંયા આગળ એવરેજ મંથલી ઇન્કમ ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુટ કરું, તો મંથલી ઇન્કમ વિલ બી ફ્રોમ 20,000 to 2 lakhs. So what kind of scale are you going to take? ત્યાં પણ તમે એવું ના લઈ શકો 1 centimeter is equal to 10 rupees. Right? At that time you should take 1 centimeter is equal to 10,000 rupees. So then within 10 or 15 or 20 centimeters your y-axis will be fulfilled. Right. So similarly, you should know when to take what amount of scales to represent the data in a better or an easy manner. Right. કારણ કે જે પણ એક્ઝામિનર છે અથવા જે પણ person આ ડેટાનો યુઝ કરવાનો છે, he should be easily able to understand what this diagram means to say. આ ડાયાગ્રામ એક રીતે તો સેલ્ફ એક્સપ્લેનેટરી થઈ ગયો. અગર હું આ ટેબલ અને ડાયાગ્રામ બંને તમને લોકોને અહીંયા ડિસ્પ્લે કરું છું તો મેજોરિટી ઓફ યુ વિલ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ what is plotted on this diagram or a graph અને આનો ઇફેક્ટ શું છે, whether it is downward sloping or upward sloping, you will easily be able to understand. The data becomes self explanatory જ્યારે તમે proper measurements અને scales લો છો ત્યારે. Right, you need to mention on y axis there is price and on x axis there is demand. Right, so these are the different scales and measurements that you need to take while making a diagram or a graph. Now everyone has to draw this diagram in their book and write this table. First you have to write this table and then you have to make a diagram. And always remember there will be a heading of each and every diagram. For each and every diagram or a graph, there is going to be a proper heading. Everyone at the rack. Why so much noise? If someone does not have a pencil, they can draw with the help of a pen also. From tomorrow onwards, you need to bring a pencil and a scale regularly because we are going to make various diagrams. No, you do not need a graph book. You can draw these diagrams in your notebook.
लाइन ब्लॉक करना